the whole 7 days thing, no. Olá, olá gente, olá pessoal, como vocês estão? Eu estou muito bem e bem-vindos ao meu canal. Meu nome é Alina e sou de Ghana, então sou ganense. E nada, hoje decidi de falar em português, porque porque estou aprendendo português for like 7 dias e eu sei que não é normal aprender um idioma em 7 dias. É uma loucura, ok? É uma loucura. Mas eu tentei de aprender português em 7 dias. And that's it, okay? Okay, so I know that was a very poor introduction of my Portuguese, okay? But that is understandable, guys. That is understandable. 7 days is not enough to learn a language. 7 days, it's just not enough, okay? But in any case, in today's video, I just wanted to share with you guys how I am learning Portuguese. You guys know that I've been posting a lot of Portuguese videos, a lot of, you know, reaction videos, listening to Portuguese music and trying to translate them. In case you haven't seen those videos, just go ahead and check them out. I do have fun learning that way as well, just listening to music and stuff. But I'm just getting ahead of myself. I'm just going to tell you guys how I have been learning Portuguese and how this whole 7 days learning thing is just madness. It's just insane, okay? So I was motivated to learn Portuguese in 7 days because I saw a YouTuber do the same thing. And I think that is Nathaniel. I don't really know the last name, but there's this YouTuber who did learn Portuguese in 7 days, and he previously learned Italian in 7 days as well. And I was like, oh, maybe I can actually try that and see if it works. Now, it's important to note, it's very important to note that not every single person is the same. Some people learn very fast, others take longer to learn. And I think me just doing this whole 7 days was just too much of a challenge for me. It was just too much pressure. I do not deal with pressure too much. I felt like I was just too much into the whole thing, and it was just starting to weigh down on me, okay? Because I felt like I had to prove myself. I felt like I really had to do, be able to speak fluent Portuguese in 7 days, but it doesn't work like that. You have to be realistic when you're learning a language and know that, just a very short period of time would not be enough to learn a language. It's just impossible, okay? Impossível. Or impossible. Listen, é uma loucura, okay? So basically, I started to follow his strategy by learning the first 1,000 words, by just writing down the first 1,000 words, and I was really serious about it, guys. I won't lie. I was so serious about it. I would just put on music in the background and just start to, go through the first 1,000 words, which you can find online. And yeah, it was all good, it was all cool, but it got to a point where I just couldn't anymore. Like, I got to 500 and something words and I was like, I'm done. I am done. Some people are just not very motivated enough. I am really motivated in the sense that I really want to learn Portuguese, but just writing down all of 1,000 words, like every single word in there, like on paper, and just the thought of me going to have to put all those things in Excel was just too much for me. So I think I stopped at around 560 something or 600 and something. I don't remember, okay, but I stopped. And then I was like, okay, fine, I have these words. Let me just put everything in my Excel sheet. Trust me, guys, that did not happen, okay? So I did not go over the whole thing again, trying to put every single thing in like the Excel sheet. Basically, the first 1,000 words was just trash. I did not use it after. I wrote everything down. I went through it a couple of times, but I really did not use it that much. I feel like it's not necessary to kind of write every single word and then just put every single thing in Excel again. It just doesn't make sense to me, okay? So I had to like stop that, and I had to just go with listening, because I'm a very, very, how do you say this? Like, I'm a person who kind of listens. I prefer listening more than writing, but I think in learning a language, they go together. Like listening and writing, they kind of go together, because you have to write down certain things. You have to, write down the vocabulary. You just have to listen and write. They just go hand in hand, because you would hear something and you want to write it down just so you don't forget. So that is very, very important. So I started to learn. So I started to actually listen to people speak, Portuguese people speak, and then, try to figure things out myself, try to see how well I understand them, and kind of put like most common expressions in Excel. Okay, so I did put the most commonly used expressions in Excel sheet in my Excel file. I also did the most commonly used verbs, or the verbs that you should know, in Excel file. And then I went on to do the conjugations, just try to understand how the words are conjugated and stuff like that. Now, I only realized yesterday, guys, I'm not even lying. I only realized yesterday that the Portuguese conjugation is different from the Brazilian Portuguese. It's different from the Brazilian conjugation, and I was like, wait, what happened? Because I just downloaded this app which you are able to conjugate on, okay? So it's an app which allows you to conjugate verbs and stuff like that. And I went into the app trying to conjugate a certain verb, and it was just different. Like the present tense of the verbs were different. And I'm like, wait, but this is not what I learned. And then it just dawned on me that, yes, these two languages are the same things, but there are so many differences. For example, okay, let's just take, for example, falar. Okay, falar, which is to speak. The Portuguese conjugation would need you to put an S on the você, or tu falas. In Brazilian Portuguese, tu fala. There isn't anything like tu falas. I might be wrong, but that is just what I found. For example, also vocês, like the plural of você, which is vocês. In Brazilian Portuguese, it's just falam. Okay, falam with an AM. Is it AM or AN? I don't remember, but it's like falam or something. And the Portuguese is like falais, falais. I think it's falais. And that is where I was like, oh, there is a difference. There is clearly a difference in this one, but I did not notice that before. It was just when I uploaded the app that I started to notice that difference. So I just decided to stick to learning Portuguese, to learning Brazilian Portuguese, because I do not want to confuse myself with Brazilian Portuguese and Portuguese Portuguese, because it doesn't make sense. You would just end up getting confused. So if you are going to stick to learning Portuguese, find the resources that will allow you to learn only European Portuguese. If you want to learn Brazilian Portuguese, just go ahead and find the resources that will allow you to learn the Portuguese or the Brazilian Portuguese. Okay, so that is just what I'm doing. I'm just trying to stick to one language or one form of the Portuguese and learn that. So yeah, as I was saying, I just did that, try to conjugate the verbs in my Excel sheets, try to understand the format of how the conjugation like works, like the AR verbs, ER verbs, and IR verbs, and try to, understand how well they work, okay? And yeah, I also started to listen to music. I was listening to a whole lot of music. I remember asking my flatmate to give me a list of music I could listen to because I just love music. I think it's just one way to learn a language, like I've already said. It allows you to learn a language very, very easily and in a way that is very, very relaxing. So I did that, and in doing that, I also tried to do videos for you guys where you guys saw me listening to these music and trying to translate them. So in case you haven't seen them, like I said, just go ahead and check them out. And then I decided to also watch movies or to watch series that was just Brazilian. So I would just insert movies in Portuguese. So I just finished watching 3%. And prior to that, I had not even watched 3%. Like I hadn't, but I was like, I just went on Netflix and I put Portuguese, and then the first video that came was 3%. So 3%, I think that is how it's pronounced. And so I just started to watch that, and it was nice. In the beginning, I was not understanding anything. I won't lie. I was understanding certain things, but I wasn't understanding a whole lot of things. I know people say try not to put subtitles in English or try not to put subtitles in the language you understand, but I went ahead to put subtitles in English because that made me understand the expressions and the meanings in English, okay? So, like, I would hear something, I would say, oh, so this is how it's pronounced, or this is how it is said in Portuguese. So it was quite easier. I think I think just listening and not putting subtitles would just put a strain on my brain, and I did not want that. I wanted to enjoy the movie as much as learn as well. So I put subtitles in English. But if you do not want to put subtitles in English and you just want to listen to these guys speak and also want to put subtitles in Portuguese, you're free to do whatever you want. But I just went ahead to, leave the language alone, leave the language in its original language, and just put subtitles in English. But to each his own, okay? So I will not even lie. I think I finished watching all 4 seasons of 3% in 5 days. That is how into the language I was. That is just how into the language I was. I just wanted to grasp every single thing. So I just watched the whole series in I think 5 days. Is it? Yeah, I think probably 5 days. I was just finished watching. I had just finished watching every single thing, and then I put on a different something to watch. So at the moment, currently, I am watching Circle, which I'm not really into. Like, I really do not like it, but it just allows me to listen to how young people speak these days. Because it's how do I explain how Circle is? So if you don't know what Circle is, it's just a game where people, like, they have so many different players of the game, and everybody's trying to figure out who the catfish is, okay? So it's just really nice, because from there you're able to hear how, people speak, like how they express, like, hey, what's up, dude? Like, like how a normal young person would speak. When they laugh in the book, ka. I'm like, okay, so these guys say ka, like, to laugh. Like, what is that? It's just really nice because you're able to see, just it's just really nice because you're able to see how the young ones interact, the young language, the slang that is being used. And I think it's very, very helpful. And yeah, once in a while when I hear something, an expression that I do not know, I go back into my Excel sheet and I try to put that down. So I am currently in the process of buying a vocabulary book, or should I say a journal? Let me just say a journal, because I want to be able to write down stuff throughout the day. I think that it's just one thing listening, but it's also another thing speaking. Now, since at the moment I do not have anybody to speak Portuguese with, I intend to write things down. Okay, so let's just say write like five lines, or just how my day is going. Like I wake up in the morning, just write something down. I think it helps you to process things. It helps you to, have a conversation with yourself in a way and practice your Portuguese, which I'm really, really excited about. I'm about to purchase that book, or I'm about to purchase the journal. So hopefully I'll be able to do a lot more with my standard Portuguese, okay? Meu português não é muito bom, okay? I know, lo sei, but I am in the process of improving. I think 7 days it's just very little, guys. I won't lie. Do not put pressure on yourself to learn a language in 7 days. It doesn't work. A language is a process. Like you have to go through those processes. You have to be committed to learning the language. It takes a while. It can take a whole lot for you to be able to speak a language fluently, okay? I am fortunate enough to have a base in, kind of like a Latin base, in the sense that I do speak Italian. I do know how to speak Spanish. I speak a little bit of French. So all of these things in a way have made it a bit easier for me to learn Portuguese. But I still need to practice, and I still need to know a lot of vocabulary, because without vocabulary, what do you think you're doing without vocabulary? So I intend to learn a lot more vocabulary, like I said, and I intend to write a lot, just have communication with myself, listen to more podcasts, listen to more music, because I love music. Oh, sertanejo, is that how it's called? The Portuguese music. I don't know if it's sertanejo or sertanejo. Something like that. I love it. I won't even lie. It's my drug. And yeah, I think I have been doing quite well. There is a lot of room for improvement. I won't lie, this past week I haven't done much, okay? So what you guys are seeing, or the videos that I inserted, are just videos of the first 7 days, what I was doing the first 7 days, okay? So I'll be making up and I'll just be listening to music and stuff like that. Yeah, that is just the first 7 days. I've been back, and since I've been back, I have just been listening to music. I have just been watching movies and stuff. I haven't really been writing as much as I should, but I think it will all come together. I do have a lot of motivation, guys. I'm really, really motivated, and I think that motivation is what is firing me. It's just what is keeping me going to learn Portuguese, because I really want to learn Portuguese. I really want to add that to my languages. I want to add Portuguese to the list. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, just go ahead and check out my videos about Portugal, about Lisbon, life in Lisbon, or me reacting to Portuguese or Brazilian music and stuff like that. And yeah, I will be bringing you more on my progress on Portuguese. Hopefully in a month I will be a little bit fluent. Hopefully it needs more practice. I need to practice a lot more. I need to do a lot more of reading, and yeah, hopefully I'll be bringing you something good. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was all over the place, but I did not put anything down. There was no structure to this video. I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know that my Portuguese is kind of I'm in the process. And just to tell you that the whole 7 days thing, no. But like I said, everybody's different. I felt like it was too much pressure. It just took the whole excitement out of just learning the language, even though I was listening to music and it was very calm. But it felt like I had to prove to myself that I could do this, and that is not what I wanted. I really wanted to learn the language in a very relaxed way, in a very calm mood, and not to feel like I had to perform at all costs, okay? But yeah, if you want to do the 7 days, you can do that, but you're still not going to be able to speak perfect, Portuguese or whatever language you're learning in 7 days. It's just it just doesn't work like that. Okay, so yeah, that is just what I wanted to tell you guys. That is just the video I had for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, give me a likey, okay, a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Ciao.